Hello, good afternoon or good morning, wherever you may be joining us today in this important webinar organized under the Gambia Center for Research and Policy Studies. And on today's webinar, we will discuss under the theme Microscopic Review of the Gambia's Financial Sector. My name is Ibrahim Saune. I am a chartered accountant, currently work as the Group Finance Director and Chief Operating Officer of Arise Port and Logistics, where I oversee 3 ports. Prior to that, I've worked over 10 years in banking sector, recently being Africa Finance Corporation in Lagos as the VP for Planning and Budgeting. And today's topic will be discussed with a group of talented Gambians who have experience in the financial sector of the country and beyond. We all know that a well-functioning financial sector is important for any sustained economic growth. Whether we talk about financial inclusion, financial technology, the impact it has on the revenue of the country, or generating more jobs in the environment. And the panelists will be led by a moderator, which I will start with the introduction, Mr. Bakari Sane. Bakari Sane is a chartered accountant with a wealth of experience in accounting and auditing, both in Gambia, outside the Gambia, and in the USA. He's a fellow of ACCA, a member of CPA, British Columbia, and CPA Canada. Bakari is currently the audit partner in an accounting firm called GCRPS that is based in the Gambia. Bakari will be moderating with a group of speakers or panelists. I will start first with Mr. Mas Manja. Mas, I will call a brother, has been in banking sector for about 8 years. Currently, he's the country finance director for EcoBank Gambia and a business manager. Prior to that, he had worked in a number of banks in the Gambia, including Access Bank. But Mas has led a lot of transformations in EcoBank Gambia, including implementations of key softwares of the bank, including optimization of the bank's cost portfolio, payroll management, and many other areas. Mas studies international finance and economic development from Kent University, and he has a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of the Gambia. Next, we have Mr. Philip Sanyang. Mr. Sanyang is also an experienced banker who is currently the head of operations in the banking sector. He has worked in Guarantee Trust Bank. He has worked in the Bloom Bank. But more importantly, Mr. Sanyang also has led many important transformations in the banking sector through his experience from analytical skills, people's management. At one point in time, he was the staff of the month as the Sky Ambassador of his bank. But Mr. Sanyang has an MBA in finance, and he also has a master's degree in financial management. He has a double master's. In addition, he has a degree in economics and advanced diploma in banking and finance. Next, we have Mr. Mohammed Manja. So for many of us who may be young or who are new to the banking sector, but I remember those days when we were early in the banking sector, we heard about Mr. Manja. The time some of us have entered the banking, Mr. Manja was already serving the continent. So Mr. Manja is a very well-known senior professional in the banking sector, not only in the Gambia, but across Africa. Manja is an accountant. He has served as Africa CFO for Standard Chartered Bank, where at a point in time he was managing a revenue portfolio of $1.3 billion. And during this time, he has achieved a lot of success in many countries from Botswana, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon. We look forward to hearing from his experience. Last but not the least is Honorable Dominic Mendy. Mr. Mendy, as the name implied, has served both in private and the public sector. He too was a corporate banker in Standard Chartered Bank. He served once as a finance minister, served as the trade an industrial minister, and he served on the board of Action Aid, on the board of Gambia National Board. Beyond that, I still recall when I was going to University of the Gambia in the early days before I dropped out. I don't know if Mars will remember this. We had a club called Ecomansa. And Ecomansa, we had a training that was delivered by Honorable Mendy on the research method. So I know we cannot basically talk about everything that these guys have done, but you are rest assured that the group of speakers we have here today have a huge experience from banking, from public sector, both in and outside the Gambia. So without much ado, I will now hand over to Mr. Bakari Sane, the moderator of today's webinar. Welcome, Mr. Sane, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sawane.